Hello and welcome back, guys. It's been a while, hasn't it? And I have a lot of talking and a lot to say in this video today. But first of all, I just want to say this is going to be a fairly short video. I did choose a recorded game here that would be fairly short, and I'm going to just talk about, why I've been away, what I've been up to, and basically the future of the channel, what I'm going to be doing over the coming months and into the future. So yeah, I just thought, I kind of owe it to you guys. I need to make a video, and the first thing I want to do is kind of say sorry because whilst I did post on YouTube and I did post on Facebook that I was going to be taking a break, I didn't make a video about it, and I do understand that some of you didn't see that. So yeah, I kind of feel a little bad for that, but there will be a lot of explaining and a lot of talking in this video, so do listen out for that. But first of all, I'm just going to talk about who we've got in this game today. Down to the bottom of the map in green, we do have ROR, which I believe is Rulers of Rome, Jon Snow, aka Terror, very well known for his 1TC style power play in arena, as I call it, where he really just goes no eco mode and goes absolutely nuts, basically. He's playing as Mayans in green down to the bottom of the map, and in red, a player that I've never seen before, though it could be a Smurf account, it could be someone new, what do I know, I've been away for a while. Chacotero, playing in red over to the top of the map as Aztecs, and when I saw this guy's name, Chacotero, I thought of the Harlem Shake, like Chacotero, and I just had this image in my mind of one villager sort of chopping a tree whilst everyone else was sort of doing nothing, and then after 15 seconds it just sort of cutting, and they're like war elephants stuff, just like going nuts around the map. So yeah, I don't know who this guy is, but he's playing arena right now as Aztecs, and excuse me for that really weird sort of image in my mind right there. So what have we got going on here? Well, Jon Snow very early on here with his Eagle Warrior trying to steal Chacotero's boar, and his boar, of course, one inside of his gate or wall here, and one just on the outside. Jon Snow trying to sneakily take that away. Chacotero's eagle over here, does he have any idea of this? Well, you can see it on the minimap if you turn the fog of war on, so Chacotero must have an idea that Jon Snow is trying to steal that, and Jon Snow is certainly not giving up, giving it 2 hits right there and trying to retreat away. Chacotero, though, I don't know if he's actually planning to intercept this or what. He must see it now, and there we go. He's sending his eagle over there, and he's going to try and prevent Jon Snow from getting his boar here by either blocking it or maybe even attacking that eagle. I mean, the eagle only has 15 and now 8 HP, and it doesn't look like Jon Snow is going to be very successful in stealing this boar here. He's got to stay in range of the boar in case it will run away, and looks like, oh, what HP! Jon Snow, you are going to lose your eagle there, surely, or at least lose the boar. He's waiting and waiting, and Chacotero is going to kill that Eagle Warrior off. So Jon Snow with a little bit of a failed boar lure there, and in the meantime, his villagers being idle under his town centre, and not luring any of the boars inside of his walls at the moment. Chacotero gonna show him how it's done, I think, taking the boar back with his Eagle Warrior right now, and that's quite a big loss for Jon Snow, and I'll talk about that more in just a moment. Chacotero, though, getting his first boar underway, and by the time this one gets back, he should just be in time to finish that one up, as Jon Snow is really only just getting his first boar right now. A little bit messy from him at the start there, attempting to steal that boar. But yeah, oh dear, that boar's going to run back as well. That is not good. But yeah, I want to talk about really why I've been away and what's been going on. Well, really, the main reason why I needed a break is because I'm sure, as you guys can imagine, after 2 years of making videos, Age of Empires videos specifically, nearly every day, it kind of just got to the stage where I needed a break from it because it was just getting a little bit too much, a little bit too repetitive, and a little bit too tedious. I wasn't really finding the motivation to make videos every day. I just needed a break, and that motivation, I knew that that motivation would return, and indeed it has, because that's exactly why I'm here now, making another video yet again. And oh, massive lag spike for some reason right there. I don't know why. I need to look into that actually. But yeah, that's why basically I've been away, because I've just really, I lacked the motivation for a while, and I'm sure you can all empathize with that, because you know, if you go to work day in day out and do the same job day in day out, it's going to get a little bit boring, a little bit tedious after a while. But with the release of Age of Empires HD coming up very soon, which I'm sure most of you know about, and again I'll talk about that a little bit more in a bit as well, I've decided that, you know, it's probably best that I do come back, and I do intend to come back and stay making videos for the foreseeable future. There's been a couple of other reasons as well. I have been very, very busy. As you know, I am going to Greece in April, and that should be okay because I will be able to make videos when I'm there, I've found out now, because I will have internet. So I've had a lot to organise for that and sort out for that, and as well, I've been seeing someone since about January, well, sort of February time. I've been seeing her quite a lot, and she is now my girlfriend, so I do have a bit of a time commitment there as well. And as you guys can probably imagine, I've just had a lot on my plate recently and a lot to sort out, but I will be continuing to make videos when I get the chance. Maybe not one a day, but as much as I possibly can, really, and realistically. So yeah, that's really the main reason why I've been away. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit about Age of Empires 2 HD, because you guys are probably well aware that Age of Empires 2 HD is coming out, and that does mean that it's going to give Age of Empires a huge boost, I think. There's been a little bit of an argument, I think, in the community whether it's going to be good or bad. Personally, I think Age of Empires 2 HD, which will be available on Steam at the beginning, after the first week of April. I will put a link in the description below to more information and all that jazz. I think it's going to be very beneficial to the game. Not only is it going to be on the front page of Steam, which has 4.5 million users logged in at any one time, and something like 10 million unique users every day. Not only is it going to be on the front page of that, it's going to re-invoke a lot of nostalgia in a lot of people, and I can see a lot of sales for this game. It's going to mean that there's going to be a lot more players interested in the game. It means there's going to be a lot more people picking it up and playing the game, and it does mean that it should be very, very beneficial to the community in the long run. As far as I know, the developers for Age of Empires 2 HD, they're not in this to make a little bit of quick money and basically just revamp an old game and sell it on really quick. As far as I know, from what I've heard, they're in it for the long run. They really want to make something out of this, and they're willing to put the time and effort in to create a multiplayer experience that you can't really get anywhere else for Age of Empires. So it should be, as far as I'm concerned, a very, very positive thing for the community. At the moment, you can pre-purchase it on Steam. It's something like £13. I'm not sure what that translates to in euros, dollars, or whatever currency you are using. But I think that's a reasonable price to pay, to be honest with you, for what eventually you will be getting. It should be really, really awesome, and I'm very much looking forward to that. What I intend to do, though, for the channel is to make a series of tutorial videos over the coming months. And my intention with that is, of course, to gain some more followers who might be new to Age of Empires, because as you can imagine, if you've just got a load of new people playing this game, they might not really have any idea what to do, and against those of you who've been playing for many years now, they're going to find it quite hard, I think, to pick up straight away. So my intention is to make a series of tutorials and videos, less so much on individual strategies, but more about each individual civilization and the units themselves. So I intend, first of all, to do an A to Z. I know there's not a civilization that begins with Z, but an A to Z of all the civilizations, and what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, and given strategies that you could use with them. And also then go on to do units. But as I said, I don't really want to do fast castle tutorials and Dark Age Rush tutorials and things like that, because they are very situational, and I think it's probably a better idea for newer players to understand their civilization's strengths and weaknesses, rather than learning individual strategies to try and execute, when in a lot of situations that might not necessarily be the best thing to execute. But yeah, I pretty much said most of what I want to talk about. I'm sure I'll remember something else later on. But for the time being, let's have a look at this game. Chakotero getting up to the feudal age a little bit sooner, I think, and clicking up to castle right now as well, and he's doing that much sooner than Jon Snow is. Jon Snow, of course, lacking in food a little bit, because that time that he spent luring that boar back, he wasn't gathering boar of his own. He also decided not to take any deer. Well, he couldn't really take any deer because of his scout dying, of course. His Eagle Warrior died just here, and you kind of need your Eagle Warrior to lure those deer in. Chakotero, of course, managing to do that, getting 3 deer over here, managing just to get that last one right now, as he trapped it in with a house right there and a palisade. So he has secured that deer. And it does mean that Chakotero is going to have a bit of a food increase or a food boost, and he will go up to the castle age a little bit sooner. But what does this lost Eagle Warrior mean for Jon Snow? It means, well, quite a few things really, and it's not good. Chakotero, he is going to be able to have a lot of map control. He's of course got his eagle here. He can scout Jon Snow's walls, see where his important resources are on the front. He can see he's got gold here, but nothing more really is going to be useful to him. But the biggest part is he's going to be able to spot these relics. And of course, playing as Aztecs, we can kind of expect Chakotero to go with monks once he gets to the castle age. Maybe 2 monasteries and a siege workshop is the kind of standard build for Aztecs, and collect these relics up. And he's going to be able to do that quite easily, I think, because firstly, he's going to be able to take the map control, as I said, because he's got his Eagle Warrior out already. He can see what Jon Snow is going to be doing if he decides to leave his walls. And secondly, he's also going to have units out first, as he will be up to the castle age first, which does mean he's going to have more stuff out sooner. Jon Snow, on the other hand, well, what is he doing? Well, at the moment, he's actually gathering stone, and that obviously shows that he's going to be going for a castle drop. Now, when you do a castle drop, it's very nice to be able to put it outside of your opponent's walls, and then you've kind of got yourself the map control, because there's a castle there. They have to deal with the castle. They can't really, if you trap them in their base, they can't really do much about it. But Jon Snow, because he lost his scout, or his Eagle Warrior even, he's not going to be able to see what Chakotero is up to. It's really risky for him to send villagers across the map now, as he is up to the castle age later, and build a castle up here, because as we can see, Chakotero already going to have monasteries up, and he's already going to have monks out by the time Jon Snow decides to do a castle drop, if he decided to do that. But instead, he's actually placing his castle defensively. He's going to put it right here, and we'll probably see some plumed archers from him. So this is going to be very much in Chakotero's favour for the time being. As we can see, monks are going to be queued up, I think, right now. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, there we go. Monks being queued up straight away. Some Eagle Warriors coming out as well for that map control. Of course, he's going to want to be able to keep an eye on the map and see if Jon Snow is leaving his base at all. See what else Chakotero is doing. At the moment, it looks like he's actually going to add on a couple more TCs, as he is collecting quite a bit of wood right now, and he does have enough for another town centre. Of course, not going for a castle at all, no stone being gathered. It's not really worthwhile for Aztecs to go for the castle, because their unique unit, the Eagle Warrior, Jaguar Warrior, isn't so effective against plumed archers. And so yeah, he's going to go for 1 extra TC, sending a villager over here, and there's quite a bit of gold over here as well, so he could go for another TC on this side. Jon Snow, though, aka Terror, very well known for his 1 TC sort of power play, if you could call it that, and we might not actually see another town centre from him. He needs another 100 gold anyway before he can do that, and he's already got a castle up at the moment, making a monk and a few plumed archers. Now, Chakotero already starting to take the relics up. He's sending his monk over there to pick up the first one. There's another 2 on the way as well, and he has got his Eagle Warriors here to keep an eye on those walls. So Jon Snow in a pretty bad situation right now, but he might be able to do something with these plumed archers. Now, plumed archers, they do have 4 range, as opposed to a monk's, well, it's 9 range on a monk, as you can see right there, 9 range on the monk. So the monks should be able to convert the plumed archers fairly easily, if they wanted to do that. But you've got to bear in mind as well that if the plumed archers do kill a monk, then that's a real big bonus to Jon Snow, because Jon Snow doesn't have to pay very much for the plumed archers at all. Looks like Chakotero is going to get a conversion there, but he's going to lose the monk, so it's not really a profit for him. And if he loses this monk, he's definitely down a little bit of gold. But that's 2 conversions already, and another conversion potentially here as Chakotero hunts these plumed archers down. There's another one, and they're just being converted back and forth really here. Looks like Chakotero is going to lose another monk as well, so that's 3 monks down. It looks like he may have only just secured 1 relic, so he's going to want to get more relics, continue to make monks, and oh, A little bit of nice micro there. Chakotero microing this plumed archer away so it doesn't die, and managing to pick off one of Jon Snow's plumed archers in the process. And we have Eagle Warriors coming in as well. That looks like a free monk for Chakotero even. Jon Snow really not paying that much attention right there, and it looks like he could lose another plumed archer if he's not careful here. They're going to get inside the gate and be safe for now. So Chakotero well and truly in control here at the moment, actually holding the middle ground quite nicely, forcing Jon Snow back into his base, and all Jon Snow can really do right now is make plumed archers, which have no upgrades for the time being. It's quite expensive to upgrade these guys when you are going for one town centre fast Imperial, which is exactly what Jon Snow is going to do. He's going to click up to the Imperial Age fairly soon. Looks like he's going to go for another castle as well and keep making plumed archers. That does indeed seem to be his plan. Siege Workshop going up right there as well for him, and Chakotero just going to continue to collect those relics up. And of course, with these relics, he can continue to make monks quite easily. It's going to aid him in creating more monks, and it's going to aid him as well in getting up to the Imperial Age. Right now, he has got 3 town centres up, and he could be going for an Imperial Age upgrade before he goes for some big aggression. Now the problem is he does know that Jon Snow has that castle right in his base right here, so going for some aggression in the Castle Age really isn't going to be that worthwhile. It's going to be very hard for him to pull off with Jon Snow's defensive sort of posture back inside of his base. But look at this, Jon Snow really not paying that much attention, losing yet another plumed archer there to a monk, and the rest of his plumed archers being chased down. Jon Snow I think probably could have sniped one of these monks if he didn't just run straight past them, but at the moment looks like Chakotero is very much in control. Jon Snow being forced back into his base as Chakotero continues to pick up the rest of the relics. I think the last one just about to be picked up right there. Oh, there's one more over on this side as well, but other than that, that's going to be about it, and those relics are really going to help him out. That's a 4th TC for Chakotero as well, and Jon Snow now clicking up to the Imperial Age. He's going to be up to Imperial very soon, and I think what he's going to try and do here is try and get up to the Imperial Age, and then sort of he wants to just steamroll Chakotero with the Imperial Age units that he's going to gain access to, such as the Trebuchet and of course the upgrades that he's going to be able to put on his plumed archers, as well as perhaps any siege that he might make also. But I think that's going to be quite challenging for him. Chakotero is in a fairly nice position. He has got all the relics secured, and he will of course be able to defend fairly well against just plumed archers for the time being. He's actually making a siege workshop on the front right now. One mangonel could do a lot of damage to any plumed archers that come out, and of course he does have these monks as well, and with enough monk micromanagement, I mean that's 3, 6, 7 monks right there, he could convert pretty much half of Jon Snow's army fairly easily indeed. So Jon Snow going to be in for a tough time. Chakotero just going to stay in the Castle Age until he can get enough for the Imperial Age upgrade. Plenty of farms coming out now though, so it's certainly on his mind. And once he gets up to Imperial, I think that's probably when he's thinking about doing a big attack. Until now, I think he's just going to play it defensively. He's probably expecting Jon Snow to go for a fast Imperial, as that's kind of in the metagame, because that is such a common strategy for him to use. Just about to hit up to Imperial right now then, and Jon Snow is, I think, going to be upgrading his plumed archers. Where's his blacksmith? There we go. Bracer just being researched now as he sends out a few plumed archers across the map. Will this be enough to do any damage though? He can't really afford to make a trebuchet right now, and without a trebuchet he's not going to be able to do all that much. Jon Snow going to move out across the map into all of these monks by the looks of it, and this mangonel as well. Mangonel a huge hit there I think, and yeah, that's going to be a massive loss for Jon Snow, losing pretty much all of the HP on these plumed archers, losing 2 plumed archers as well, and seeing that amount of monks there, I think Jon Snow just decided to resign very early on, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Chakotero playing that one quite well indeed, taking that map control, and I think Jon Snow was fighting a kind of uphill battle when he lost that boar steal. He put himself very far behind, and this sort of 1TC, really aggressive fast Imperial sort of play, it's very risky, and the risk is sometimes not worth the reward. It can pay off sometimes, and other times it just really doesn't work out, and this is one of those cases where it just did not work out for him. Chakotero didn't even really have to do all that much to stop Jon Snow, and after losing all that health on those on those plumed archers, I think he just realised there's very little he's actually going to be able to do here. So yeah, I did say that this would be a short video. I just kind of wanted to update you guys on what I was going to be doing and exactly why I'd been away. There will be more from me fairly soon though, so do stay tuned for that. And for those of you who saw on Facebook that I was going to be posting a video today and thought it was an April Fool's, well, I fooled you, because I am actually posting a video, and here it is. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you can understand why I've been away and all that, but I will be back now, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.